All right, you're back with Armchair Engineer 85. Guys, it's springtime. Look at it out there. Isn't that beautiful? This is motivational season. Here's the thing. When you're putting away your snowblower, there's one thing in my personal opinion that is neglected. You know, everybody focuses on fuel stabilizers. Some people change the oil at the end of the season. I always do it at the start. But I'll tell you something right now. If there's one thing you should do to your snowblower, especially if you own a Honda or any high-end snowblower that is well built, you need to wash it. Okay? This Honda right here is an HS928. It was built in 1999. Now this right here, for all those that are privy, I added this right here to give it the HSS second generation look. But this thing is, 1999, so 25 years old. 24, 25 years old. And it's done well for itself. I wanted a Honda very bad when I bought a snowblower, but I didn't want to pay the high-end prices of a brand new Honda, and they are very, very expensive. So I bought one, and this one right here I picked up for about $800. I bought it June the 21st, 2018, which to those that are paying attention is the first day of summer. It was an estate sale. I managed to get it. I was very happy, and the guy that had it, he didn't use it a lot because he was from Southern Ontario, and it didn't have a lot of rust. These things right here, rust ends the life of high-end or Honda snowblowers far quicker than anything else. Mechanically, these things will run forever. I mean, this thing, like I said, is 24, 25 years old and will run on the first pull. It's got electric start, and when I bought it, the guy I bought it from, it was from his dad, and he said to me that the battery had long died and his dad had never replaced it because there was no point, because it would start first pull. I put a used battery in it, which has since died, but it will start first pull. It's amazing. When I was looking on Kijiji for a Honda snowblower before I bought this one, every one I had, like all the old ones, I wanted a used one because that's how I roll, and they were all rusted out. They would run and they would do the job, but they're all rusting out and dying piece by piece. So I'm telling you right now, if you own a high-end snowblower like a Honda or a high-end Aaron's or even a Husqvarna, you have to do this at the end of the year. And I'm going to show you a very neglected thing to do to them. Okay, stay tuned. All right, here we go. I don't have the luxury of a pressure washer, but I'm just pre-soaking it down right now to get any residual off the snowblower. I just want to get it, and I'm going to show you the next step. This is just a pre-soak. That's all it is, just to knock off any of the the obvious these track models. They're worth their weight in gold, especially if you live where I live. And I'm going to show you exactly why I take this step to heart. In here in the auger box, this is where, obviously, this is where the snow goes in. You have your chute down below. This is where you want to, in your upper chute here, this is where the snow goes in, down here, and the snow goes out. And that's where all the salt, and if you live in Canada, especially Ontario, brine, that's where it all comes out. Okay, pre-soak. This is it. Okay, pre-wash done. Now I always like to do a little bit of degreasing. You know, it's been a long winter. Let's get all the residual off. I calculated how many times I plowed or I blew snow 25 times this year. That's quite a bit at about 45 minutes to an hour each time. I get quite a bit here, and like I said, I'll show you where I live and why. Give her a good shake. So super clean, dissolved grease. Here we go. Especially down here with the tracks. Obviously your lower areas are where you see the most snow, salt, and brine. I don't even care if I go through a whole bottle of this stuff, especially in here. This is ground zero for salt. And these augers, they get destroyed and locked up so fast. And down there in your chute, I don't care if I go through a bottle of this, it's worth it. This is a short-term or small pain, big gain. Up here, this sees a lot of salt too. Your chute and alive. Down there. Especially here in your chute, because this is where it rotates. And if you get any rust, it could prevent your chute from rotating, whether it be manual or electronic. So I really like to go to town. Here, track here. Exhaust. Anybody thinking, hey, I see rust? Well, like I said, this is 24, 25 years old, guys. Give it a break. And I didn't own it. I've only owned it since 2018. And I've been doing my best. And I paid $800. I mean, I could sell this thing for at least what I paid for it now. Yeah, some of it is due to COVID pricing, but that's why you buy a bit more of a high end. The new things now, they got the Chinese engines on them, and I'm not trying to shit on them, but it's just the way it is. When I bought this snowblower, my wife thought I was crazy. A few people thought I was crazy because they're like, you paid $800 at the time for a 17, 18-year-old snowblower when you could go to Canadian Tire and buy a brand new one for that. Well, they're all plastic. They're all Chinese engines, and they're all shit. The carburation sucks. Yeah, up here by the spring. Right here, these stick all the time. Anyways, so I'm gonna let this set in and just let it soak in. I'll probably give it about a half an hour, and then I'm gonna come along and I'm just gonna rinse it off and get rid of all of it, and then I'm on to my next step. While I'm letting the degreaser set in, I'm just gonna add a bit of seafoam, a fuel stabilizer. Now, I will admit, for me, this is above and beyond because I only run Shell V-Power fuel only, which has no ethanol in it at all. This little sticker I picked up on eBay, and I just added it for fun. You know, it wasn't anything to be serious. I just saw it and I thought, hey, you know what? I only use V-Power for a lot of fuel in my small engine, so I thought that's pretty cool. I'll just put that there just for fun. But what the hell? I'll put a bit of seafoam in it. The fuel tank is very low. It's below a quarter. It's on a lean right now anyways, but I'll just do that and I'll run it while the degreaser is soaking in, and just to get the sea foam going through the system. Just an extra step, more of a comfort step, since I'm already running awesome fuel. But this is why you get, after 24 25 years, one pull, guys. So here's a glimpse of the why. I live on the Trans-Canada Highway. Look how busy this shit is. The one positive thing about it is this road, I always joke, I say my street is always well snow plowed all winter long. It's the first road to be plowed, major highway, Trans-Canada Highway 12. So for my snowblower and for all my vehicles, I experience a lot of salt and a lot of brine. The other thing is here, if you can see my driveway, it slopes downward to about this line right here, and a lot of that is slush, and the slush absorbs the brine and the salt. And pretty much when I hit about here is where my snowblower, I have to slow up the pace so that my auger does not clog. But the point of this is that I see a lot of salt and brine compared to your average homeowner. So this is why I'm making this video. I want everybody to know, do not skip this step. I don't care what. If you want to keep your snowblower longer, wash it in the spring. Come fall, the only thing I do is change the oil. I want a fresh oil change for the start of the season. I blow my snow quite a bit, especially right here. The plows send the snow quite a bit, and that's about it. If you do the right spring maintenance, I mean, you got to put it away anyways, right? Then it's nothing. Make these Hondas, make these Aarons, make these Husqvarnas last longer, guys. Don't let the body rot out. Which is kind of funny, because Japanese vehicles, if you remember, like Toyotas, Hondas, the older ones, their drivetrains lasted forever, but the bodies rotted out. And yeah, here I am with a Honda snowblower, and everything is the same. This is my drip mat that the snowblower sits on throughout the season, just to collect the moisture, you know. So I'm just gonna take my Milwaukee shop vac and clean it off. All right, I got my drip mat set up here, the one I got from the garage. I always like this time of year and in the fall, because I'll clear this out and I can sweep it and clean everything. And I am ready for my snow blower. The last thing I do, the final thing I do after it's dried, is I add a rust protectant. I don't care what brand you use, as long as you use something. And I always focus on the high traffic areas of snow, salt, and brine. Anything is better than nothing. Any bearing, always get in here, and that mat will just collect any oil that drips over the course of the season. This is a very important area here. I can't stress it enough. Can't stress it enough. Yep. And here. I even like to do up the chute, because so much, that's what she said, so much of that snow and salt goes up there. You can see here, I mean, you can see what I'm talking about. You want to get that, and you want to get that, because this part of the chute, the opening, it sticks quite often. In fact, at the start of every year, it's usually the first thing that needs a bit of maintenance. So, and these springs, yeah. Nice. Your tracks are down low, so they're always in. Like, I'll go through a whole can. I don't care. 1 can a year, it's not that much. Considering what it'll save in the long run. I mean, it's oil, right? And I will show you guys in the spring. Besides, I mean, I do an oil change. I do very little in the spring. If I do more now, I do very little in the spring. But there's a couple little extra things, minor, very minor, that I do. And come spring, I'm going to show you guys, because I want these machines to stay alive long. I'm sick and tired of seeing these machines rotted out with cancer before their time.